Hey, what's going on YouTube? KTA here, and I'm just here to make a quick little follow-up for my 2-year-old tutorial. Some of you guys had left some questions regarding something with Fighter Factory or with Flash itself. So this is supposed to be a follow-up video just to address those questions. And if you guys have any more, please leave a comment down below. And I do promise this time I will either make a follow-up video to respond to it if that is appropriate, or just leave you guys a reply in the comment like I have for some in the previous videos. Now, a lot of you had some questions that I will admit I already addressed in some of these videos. For example, one of you guys were asking, how do you deal with the black background image issue, which sometimes occurs when you import it into Fighter Factory, which I actually demonstrate here in this video right here. Now click that and it should show you all the sprites for that character. I'm gonna zoom out so you can see him better. You can see right now we got a problem with Krillin. He's not exactly looking like Krillin. And this happens sometimes when you open up an SSF file. To fix this problem, you want to just open the DEF, which is the file I showed you earlier. Usually when you do that, this should open up as this. And you can see Krillin looking like Krillin. And of course you'll see the two tabs. I don't know where the commands disappear to, but it instead shows you the SSF. And usually this almost always works for the character, unless the character file itself is corrupt, which then the only solution then would be to simply download a brand new character file or try to get a different model from a different uploader, because they might have just done a re-upload, and usually those are just done to earn points for whatever site you're using. Justin Richards was asking how to make a ripped video game sprite animation to GIF image in Mugen Fighter Factory Studio. Now, fortunately for me, I actually learned how to do this from the comment prior to Michael Jackson fan made. He personally likes to use the older version of Fighter Factory simply to do that as a GIF file. And honestly speaking, after learning how to do this from you, not necessarily from you, I learned this existed and I found out how to do it. But after this guy's comment, I've always been doing it this way because this is super effective. I actually went and got an older version as well, and thank you so much, Michael Jackson's fan made, because that was a solid help. Now, although I haven't been animating as of late, I've done the little snippets here and there, and I can see it actually helps a lot. So to do that, all you have to do is go to the animation tab and click on save as animated GIF. There we go. Now we go test. Oopsie daisy. We'll make a new folder because I failed the first time. We'll call this one test 2, and we'll call this dance for real. So let's see, velocity. Oh, so you can actually pick how fast the animation plays, but I'll keep this stock and keep all of your exported GIFs the same, simply because in Flash or whatever animation software you're using, you can always adjust the frames for said character by either tuning up the frame rate if their animation plays too slowly, or if you want to scale it here, but you're gonna have most likely a harder time keeping the scale uniform for all the sprites themselves, but do as you will. Now, once you click that, it should export to whatever file or folder you've already made. Since ours was in that test folder, all I'll have to do is simply open up that text folder, which is inside of Goku. I think it was version 3. I think it was Goku, then test 2. Now, for the record, the reason why you saw the prior folder that said GIF test, I did this last year. I completely forgot to make a video about it. I was just testing out from his comment, and it worked beautifully for me, so thank you for that. And look at that, we have Goku. Now, this right here, see this blurriness, is a beautiful follow-up to the next issue. That question came from I'm not even gonna bother trying to say that, but 228 says, hello, my save sprites are in a very bad quality. What do I do? I mean, when I zoom in, when I save the sprites from Fighter Factory and convert it to a sprite image, the PNG sprite will have a very bad quality. Now, this issue is actually an issue caused by Adobe Animate itself, which is also why I use Flash CS3. Really quick, I figured I might as well show you guys how to use that GIF while also showing you guys how to solve the issue with it not looking great when you import it. So for this one, we'll just call it stance. You can name it as you will. Normally, I'd call it something like Goku stance, just so when you have a bunch of other images on there, it won't collide. And then I hit Control R as my shortcut to import stuff. And then I'm just gonna go to the folder where I have that Goku sprite GIF exported, which should be here. And there you have the stance for real. Now look, it automatically puts it in the other frames for you, but a slight issue I have with this program is it doesn't always automatically line them up for you. Like these last 2 frames here are lined up perfectly, but the first one for some reason is slightly offset. Tragic, but can't really, it can fix that, but it's not the purpose of this video. So first you want to do is just to see the issue he was talking about, you just zoom in on the character and you can see right here that the image itself is blurry. Now here's the reasoning. When Flash imports a image like with a lot of pixels like this, a pixelated art, it automatically assumes that the image is like it needs to be softened up to smooth out the edges. So unfortunately for us sprite animators, what that means is every sprite that you import that isn't crispy 4K or high res, it will automatically get this blur filter. I dare say it's probably a thing for any image you import. Now there's 2 ways to address this. You could go here, and actually I have to relearn how to do this because I forgot, so give me 1 second. Okay, so one of the methods you can do so, I just recalled, is going into your objects property, which is in your library, by the way, and just disabling smoothing. And if you look closely, once we disable smoothing, right, and say I delete this image of Goku, actually I won't even delete it, just so you can have a side-by-side comparison. Say I just drag and drop this image of Goku here, you can automatically see that blurring effect has been removed. So that solves that issue, and you'll have to do this for every single one of these images that you import. Alternatively, what you can do is once you disable smoothing, which I'm going to repeat again here, disable smoothing, you can then go to each of these and go Control Y, which will automatically remove smoothing for each one that you hit Control Y on. So that way when I import it, as you can see, all of them have no smoothing. So I did do a little experimenting afterwards, and I did find a way to do it for all your images, which I'm about to show you right here. Highlight all of these and then hit Control Y, which should in theory apply that command to everyone we've selected. So let's find out. Yes, it in fact did do just that. So yeah, we found a solution for removing it off of all of them at the same time. Another question that was asked by Spencer was regarding an issue with recently installing Spider Factory Studios, and they was receiving a error message about a character that couldn't be read or corrupted due to an SSF issue or other issues. Now, I have no idea how to fix that, is what he states, and these are the issues. I'm not sure exactly what you were trying to do with Spider Factory. I would have to know what your intent was. Also, another thing I will note is some files, like I mentioned before, are corrupted. So you might have to just simply get a different Sprite version. So then you can export that and you shouldn't have issues. Now, a lot of the prompts that come up, you'll have to figure out through trial and error. And that's just not me trying to be lazy and not figure out what the issue is. It's just because a lot of issues are hard to recreate. For instance, there's a lot of issues that I'm seeing on here that aren't affecting me in any shape, way, or
metaphorically, or rhetorically, or poetically, or theoretically, or in any other fancy way.
Like a lot of these issues are regarding like whether it's I'd imagine the commands or the programming for the character. For instance, like say Sprite, this is being used by another animation which requires the same movement, it might show these error messages, which in theory, yes, are errors, but in practice are not, in the sense of you can still export your image. And for those making Sprite characters, which again, I have no background in this is all speculative, but you should in theory still be able to use this character just fine. For instance, if I were to import Goku here into a Fighter Factory game, this should run just fine. But again, this is in theory. In practice, results may vary, but again, this is not my area of expertise, so take that with a grain of salt. That is all for this YouTube video today. So if you guys have any questions, any more comments, please leave a comment down below. And also, if you guys learned anything new or if this helped you out with anything you're working on, please drop a like and do subscribe to the channel. Now, regarding the future of this channel, honestly speaking, I'm not sure where we're going. I thought after the former tutorial I did 2 years ago, after it blew up, I kind of thought we were going towards that path. So I was getting ready to do more tutorials, but you know, life happened. And on top of that, as of late, I haven't really been doing much in terms of 2D animation. I've actually been spending most of my time trying to learn a combination of 3D animation as well as 3D modeling. Just to get you guys a little snippet of what I've been doing, I went ahead and posted this little video that should be popping up right now that's showing some of my current projects. Now, that doesn't mean I haven't completely given up on 2D animation. I have actually been working on some little side projects. I never intended to publish them, but just to see where I'm at in terms of animation skills in general. But if you guys truly do want to see more of those animations, please drop a like, comment, share, and I'll see what I can do for you guys. But with that being said, it's been a pleasure. You guys have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next one.